This is the video walkthrough for exercise 3, combo box window project. In this exercise, we're going to take a look at this program here. What this program is designed to do is give you a combo box, which is essentially a drop-down box, that allows you to pick the type of coffee that you like and then display that in a text box with a label that says you've selected. The text box is not editable by the end user. This is going to give us a chance to take a look at how we handle selection events from a drop-down box. If we take a look at the code behind the application, we will see, first of all, let's take a look at our import statements. We've got the abstract window toolkit because we need components from it. We've got the abstract window toolkit's event library because, of course, if we're going to handle events, we need that. And, of course, we have the swing library, which provides the bulk of the components for our window and our GUI application. If we look at the class, of course, we're extending the JFrame, so this is going to be our window. In our window, as instance variables, we have a JPanel called Coffee Panel, a JPanel called Selected Coffee Panel, a combo box called Coffee Box, a label, and a text field that says Selected Coffee. We also have a list of the various types of coffee as string items. So we've got regular coffee, dark roast, cappuccino, espresso, and decaf. Inside our constructor, we are setting the title of our window, setting the default on close or setting the default close operation so that when we click the X in the right-hand corner, the window closes. We are reiterating the fact that we're going to be using the border layout by calling the set layout method and providing a border layout object. We've got methods to build our two panels, and then we're going to put the coffee panel once it's built in the center region of our border layout window, and we're going to add the selected coffee panel to the south or bottom region of our border layout window. We're going to pack the window, again, arranges the window size to fit the components that we've put in the window, and we're going to set the window equal to true. When we build our coffee panel, we're going to create our coffee panel object, our coffee panel JPanel. We're going to create our coffee box combo box with the coffee list that we created earlier in there. Remember that the drop-down boxes utilize the action listener to handle events. So we've created a private inner class to handle those events called combo box listener, and we're going to link the two up through the use of the add action listener method. So that'll link up any action events coming out of our combo box to our combo box listener inner class that we're going to look at in just a few minutes. Finally, we're going to add our combo box to our panel. For our selected coffee panel, we've got first of all, we're creating a new panel called Selected Coffee Panel. We're creating a new label with the text you selected. We're creating a text field of 10 characters. And we're setting it to not be editable. We're setting it to read only by calling set editable and providing false. We're adding the label to the panel, and then we're adding our text box to the panel. For our private inner class that's going to handle our events, we called it Combo Box Listener. It implements the action listener interface. So as we've done with buttons, we do have to have an action performed method inside this class. And when we select an item from our combo box, it is going to call this method. The Java Virtual Machine is going to call the action performed method. So inside this method, we need to put in our code for what we want to happen when this method is called. Well, what do we want to happen when we select an item from the drop-down box? Well, we want to get the selected item and display it in the text box. So in order to do that, just like we did with the single selection list, is we create a string variable to hold that item. We call the get selected item, just like we did with the single selection list. And we use the typecasting capabilities of Java to force that reference to a string. When we do that, it puts the text of the item we selected from the drop-down box into our variable selection. Then we simply call the setText method of our text box, and we provide it the value that contains the text that we want displayed in our text box. In that case, it's going to be whatever the variable selection holds. Finally, of course, can't be a program without a main method, and instead of creating two classes like we could, we've just decided to put everything in this one file. Again, it's only a 120-line file. It's not a very big program by most standards. So we've gone ahead and put our main method in here, and all of our main method does is create an instance of our window to get the program started. If you have any questions about this or any of the programs that we've looked at so far today, please feel free to email me, bsimbeck@ccac.edu, or feel free to bring your questions to class, and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you for watching.